Well, all right, people. So I'm here to give my thoughts on The Rock returning to WWE. He came out on SmackDown, and while it looked like they were going to give Cody Rhodes a shot at Roman Reigns to finish the story, well, it now looks like The Rock's going to take that place. And this just proves how idiotic, how stupid the IWC is. So all we heard, 2 or 3 months ago when we heard rumblings about The Rock returning to face Roman Reigns, everybody got their dicks hard. Oh my gosh, The Rock's returning to face Roman Reigns. This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be amazing. And now he returns, and it looks like we're gonna get the match, and everybody's fucking complaining. You got "We Want Cody" trending on Twitter. You got people, saying this is terrible. I mean, the IWC are like a bunch of immature women. They cannot make up their minds about what they want. They are never consistent in their thought patterns. And I always go back to the John Cena comparison. The John Cena example. 10 years ago, everybody hated John Cena in the IWC. Now you fast forward 10 years, the only thing that's changed is he's now become a part-timer. And everybody loves, in the IWC, sucks John Cena's dick and loves him. I'm not even giving my opinion. That's not the point about John Cena. The point is that the IWC are a bunch of idiotic hypocrites when it comes to things like this. For me, I have a mixed feelings about this because on one end of the spectrum, this just proves a point that WWE cannot build up any new stars. Reigns has had the belt for years. Part of that reason is because they have not built up anybody worthy to take the belt off of him. You just can't put any Joe Schmo out there to beat Roman Reigns because this is, a historic title run. So when the person that beats him, it actually has to mean something. You just can't put somebody like The Miz out there or Braun Breaker to beat or Gunther or Sheamus, whoever, pick the name, to beat Roman Reigns. So you almost have to put in a placeholder, some guy that has a name like The Rock, because currently in this company, because of the failures of the non-creative team, there is not somebody worthy to beat Roman Reigns. They tried with Cody Rhodes. They tried to build him up. And while I'm not a Cody Rhodes hater, I don't think he sucks. He has not amounted to the main event talent that we all hope for in WWE. He's a little bit short, I think. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not saying it's Cody Rhodes' fault or any, it just is what it is at the moment. So they have to what they're probably going to do is they're going to have The Rock beat Reigns, and then they're going to have somebody beat The Rock. That's what they got to do, and it's a little bit embarrassing. You got to bring back a 52-year-old motherfucker from the Attitude Era to beat your current champion because you don't have a current star on the roster that you can put over Reigns. It's really become a vicious cycle with this title run. It's like the longer it goes on, the more important that moment is going to be when, he loses a belt. So the higher and higher star you got to have somebody win. It's become kind of a vicious cycle, if you get what I'm saying. I know, like I said, a lot of the IWC people don't have that big a brain, but I hope you can comprehend what I'm saying there. But anyway, I have mixed feelings. That's the negative of it. The positive is, it's The Rock. It's cool to see The Rock. Just like when Stone Cold, came back to wrestle Kevin Owens. Yeah, it's cool to see Stone Cold, but it's like, where are the current stars? It's like you're bringing back people that are in their 50s and 60s. And there's going to become a point where these people no longer exist. And you're going to have to rely, 100% or at least 95% on the current roster. And you're not seeing any big stars being created. And we're already seeing it. Like these wrestlers from the Attitude Era are literally wrestling until they can no longer wrestle. Like Triple H. He wrestled until he almost fucking died. Sting almost broke his fucking neck and almost got paralyzed in the ring. The Undertaker and Goldberg almost had a fucking disaster. I mean, it's like these guys need to retire. CM Punk, another example, tears his fucking triceps in his first match back. This is what happens, when you bring back people. I mean, even Randy Orton, he's been in the company for 20 years. He, just had major back surgery, and he's still one of the top stars. It's like, where are the new talent of, besides Roman Reigns? Where is the new talent? You keep hearing about NXT. Where are these people? Instead, you got to keep resorting back to The Rock. But the main takeaway I take from this is the IWC is filled with a bunch of losers, filled with a bunch of retards, filled with a bunch of people that act like women. And, one day they think like this, the next day they think like this. They lick their fingers, stick it up to the wind, see which way it's blowing to make up their minds. They go on Twitter to look at, the dirt sheets or their favorite YouTuber or, their favorite wrestling website before they make up their minds. They don't have any independent thought. They just, they're like a bunch of sheep. They just go along with the herd. They can never think from themselves. And I'm sorry, but that's the truth. I'm not saying that's everybody in the IWC, but that's a lot of people in the IWC that think that way. And this is just another example. 2 months ago, everybody's saying, The Rock's coming back. This is great. This is great. And now it's, fuck The Rock. We want Cody. We want Cody. They cannot make up their minds, people. So there you go. There's my thoughts on that. Let me know what you think about The Rock returning. And, it looks like he's going to face Roman Reigns for the belt. But, yeah, let me know what you think. Also, too, who knows if The Rock's in ring shape? We got to, this guy's 51, 52. He did he's done, little run-ins here and there over the last 5 or 10 years where he's done, a spine buster in a people's elbow. But can he carry himself in a legitimate 15, 20, 25-minute match? Who knows? He is getting up there, so, that remains to be seen. When he came back in 2013, I'm not saying he sucked, but there was a little bit of rust, I think, when he was facing The Rock. When he was facing Punk at the Rumble. I think there was a bit of rust. Not a ton, but, now we're over 10 years past that, 11. So it remains to be seen whether he can, still put on a decent match. And again, this is what happens when you resort back to the has-beens of the Attitude Era. Not has-been, but you know what I mean, people. So there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments below.